I've said these things to you, that in me, now this is huge, guys, this is so fun. I've said these things to you that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. But take heart, take courage. I have overcome the world. A lot of people want that to say, and well-meaning people want that to say, take heart, Jesus has overcome the world, and I will too. That's not what it's saying. That's not what it's saying. If Jesus said that, that would leave you super frustrated. Because what that would say is, Jesus has overcome the world. He's done it. Come on, why can't you? Let's go. You need to do it too. No, Jesus is saying, I have overcome the world, just me. Any baseball fans here? Okay, a few of you. Some of you willing to admit it. I played baseball, and when I was 9 years old, I was horrible. Horrible. Still am horrible. You know what I couldn't do? I could not judge a fly ball to save my life. Anybody have that problem? No one's going to admit it? All right, fine. I was out there in center field because I wasn't good enough to play shortstop or third base or second base or first or pitcher or catcher. Those are all the good people. And 9 years old, they're like, Jeremy, why don't you trot out to the outfield there, buddy? Let's catch some fly balls. Shag some fly balls. I'm like, shag? Carpet? Okay. So I was sitting out there, and they hit the ball. You know what I would always do? I'd run up. Oh! And run back. The most humiliating thing in the world is turning your back to your team and running to the ball that's hit the fence, right? That would happen to me over and over and over again. It was so bad, but we had nobody left on the team. So they moved me from center to right field. You know when the coach puts you in right field, it's not your sport. Anyway, at least at 9, okay? At least at 9. And sure enough, our first game. And I'm like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. Boom. And you ever in that moment when you're playing baseball, you're like, don't hit it to me. That was me. I'm just sitting there just, don't. Everybody else is playing on the ground. I'm like, don't. Sure enough, crack. I run up. Snap. Go back. And it's sure enough, everybody on my team is getting the picture. I'm terrible. And so before long, every time it's hit to me, they're like, you see them throwing down their gloves. I'm just like, come on, man. So I'm practicing. And we had a pretty good team except for me, right? I was like batted ninth, you know. They wish there was a DH. Now I'm striking out all the time. I'm just horrible. But I got out there and I'm like, practice. So my coach gets me out there. He goes, Jeremy, watch me. He stands next to me. Hit it to me. He stands there. So you just wait. Okay. Steps back, catches the ball, throws it in. He goes, now you try it. I'm like, all right, I got it. He goes, no, pulls me by the jersey. Stop right here. Let it go. And I'm like, oh. And I caught it. I was so excited. Caught a couple more. So the game comes. We're in the playoffs. The catcher was a really good honorary guy. My parents, they'll be here in the next service. They'll attest this. They're in the backstop. Sure enough, bottom of the ninth. No joke. Don't hit it to me. Don't hit it to me. Don't hit it to me. God, if you are real, that ball will not come to me because you don't want to face this kind of tribulation in my life. So sure enough, crack. And I'm like, stay. But just, I couldn't. I ran forward. Oh, man. The catcher throws off his mask. No. I'm like, no. I'm crying to the thing. I get the ball, I throw it in, and we lose the game. I know, I go to counseling for it. And I did not get good. That's why I didn't play it anymore. I'm like, forget this sport. Give me some sport that I can hit somebody, right? I was so mad. So there's no great ending to that story. But imagine if Jesus was like that. But imagine, okay? Imagine. You're like, where is he going with this? Imagine if Jesus was like that. Imagine if Jesus was like, hey, I overcame the world. You can too. You would be so frustrated. Listen to this quote. I love this. This puts it even better. If Jesus was simply one heroic man who achieved a superior life, if he was simply a stellar example of what we hope to be, then he has little value for us. We have tried to overcome the world, Jesus, but we have failed. But if Jesus is more than a human, if he is indeed the Son of God who overcame the world not simply for his own sake, but for our sake as well, for all of humanity, if his victory and his life can become a victory that we enjoy, a victory extended to us when we embrace him in faith, then his triumph can become our triumph. And so when he exclaims, take courage, I've overcome the world. And you too, who abides in me, who are in Christ, you will overcome the world in Jesus. It's not on what you can do. It's only on what Christ has done. Does that make sense?